Well, hello and welcome back, or welcome to, if you join us for the first time, our F1 Manager Maserati series. And if you join us for the first time, then nice to have you here. If you're a regular, nice to have you back. And you will know, if you're a regular, that we are in 2028 here in this universe. And this is race 4 of the 2028 season. So we've had Monaco, Monza and Imola. And after those 3 races, Kimi Antonelli is leading the Drivers' Championship by a few points over Max Verstappen, but Red Bull do lead in the Constructors, so we do have work to do to jump Red Bull again, hopefully after today's race. But Antonelli or Leclerc haven't put it on pole. It's second for Kimi Antonelli, it's third for Charles Leclerc, and as I say, we're in Spain today, and this is, if not one of the tracks with the most deg on the game. So with that in mind, we are trying a 3-stopper with Charles Leclerc. As you see, he's going to go medium, come in around lap 17, then sauce, then another set of mediums, then another set of sauce. We tried the 3-stopper with Charles because he had an extra set of mediums where Kimi doesn't. So Kimi's going to do the 2-stopper, which is a soft medium. As I say, Kimi starts P2, Charles Leclerc P3. How can we go in this one? Can we get a victory? Charles Leclerc, his best finish so far for us is third. Can he go 1 better or 2 better today? Let's find out then as we start this Spanish Grand Prix. I say, hope you're all doing well, whether you're live or catching up on demand. Hope you've had a good start to the week. And of course, it is a Formula 1 week as we have Brazil to look forward to at the weekend in real life.
They appear calm and composed heading into this race.
But today, in our virtual world, as I say, it's 2028, it's Maserati, it's Spanish Grand Prix.
It's the Spanish Grand Prix.
And here we go then. We've got 3 lights, we've got 4, we've got 5, and it's going to be Max Verstappen to get us underway from pole.
And away we go.
Which he does do successfully by the looks of it. Stroll is challenging us. Here we go. Can we challenge Verstappen? No, we can't. Leclerc trying it around the outside of his teammate Antonelli into T1, but he can't make that work either. So we remain, as we started, Verstappen pole in first now, Antonelli second, and Leclerc in P3. Stroll in the Audi, P4. Let's have a look at tyres as well, shall we? So there's only 1 hard runner, which is Pierre Gasly, only 2 medium runners, Piastri and Leclerc. Everyone else is on the sauce. OP Joe, I've missed being in your live streams. Yes, how are you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. And Mary, thanks for the follow as well. Blistering start from Verstappen then. He's really trying to pull away. Leclerc trying to hang with them. He's on the mediums there, of course. And I'd say the deg is so high on this track, we can't actually fully attack on those softs for too long. You see already, not even a lap completed, and we've taken 5% out of those tyres. But is Antonelli going to have a go then on Max Verstappen? No DRS yet, it will now be enabled. But we're on the outside of Verstappen. This could be a chance early on for Kimi Antonelli to take the lead here in Spain on the outside. And it looks like he's going to get that done. Max didn't fight that too hard, did he? And how's Leclerc doing? He's just fending off those behind. And Max trying to have a go back at Antonelli. Nothing doing through there, though. Dad broke down at work at 10 AM. It's now 7 PM. They're still waiting for the pickup truck. Oh, jeez, yeah. Yeah, that can be a slow old process when you break down. So, yeah, don't envy that. Hopefully your dad will get sorted very soon. Right, so DRS will open now, and surely Max will be looking to jump down the inside and reclaim P1. And he does. And what about Leclerc trying to fend off Stroll? And has Leclerc just got into the DRS of his teammate? Because that would be mega if he has.
Try to recover your previous rhythm that was looking fine.
And I think Leclerc has just about got into the DRS of his teammate there. So that's worked out quite well there. And Leclerc has actually got the fastest lap of the race there. So, as a reminder, Leclerc has started on the medium tyres because he's going for a 3-stopper. Antonelli started on the softs, going for a 2-stopper.
I am trying.
And
keep focus on your race
strategy
now.
then, Leclerc is going to be in at lap 17. Antonelli will be in at lap 24. So in a way, Leclerc wants to get past both of these if he can. Well, we can't really ask Antonelli to get out of the way at the moment.
Copy.
He's also got a trainee in the back. Oh, it's all going wrong then, OPGO. All going wrong by the sounds of it. Right, so settled down now, lap 3, but it is a DRS train. Pretty much from Verstappen down to Perez, and if Perez closes with an attempt, it'll be a DRS train. Actually, the whole grid will be in a DRS train. I wonder if Leclerc is going to have better pace on these mediums. But they're kind of degrading at the same rate, aren't they? Antonelli, DRS. Max is really pushing his tyres. Fastest lap of the race there from Alexander Albon in the Williams. Antonelli is moving past Verstappen. Can Leclerc slipstream as well and get past Verstappen? They're going to be side by side. Max is a little bit on the curbs there. And it could mean that Charles Leclerc is going to move into P2. So Verstappen goes from P1 to P3. Why Spain tyre wear so high? Yeah, I don't know. On the game, it's I'd say for me, it's the highest tyre deg track on the game. Continue, thanks for the follow. Absolutely butchering that, but appreciate it. And if you're jumping in the stream, you haven't already, do me a massive favour, smash that like button, spam away on that. Super appreciated. So Antonelli now leads this race. His teammate Leclerc is behind him in P2. But really, we could do with Leclerc getting ahead of his teammate here. We'll ease off the fuel now.
Lift off.
And Frosty, thanks for the follow. Super appreciated. Hope you're doing well. Right, so Leclerc is about to get DRS on his teammate here. And at the moment, they're free to fight, so we'll allow it. But if Leclerc gets ahead, I'll ask Antonelli not to try one on his teammate. But what's Max going to do round here? He can't do anything. So Antonelli will ask not to fight Leclerc. And that's because Leclerc is on a 3-stopper. So Leclerc, if he can, really needs to try and break the gap to his teammate. I'm not sure he will be able to do that, though. And I can't really allow Antonelli to hold up those behind him, because that will be detrimental to his own race. So we'll see how the next few laps goes. Yeah, there, thanks for the follow. Chris, thanks for the follow. Game, yeah, F1 Manager 24. Budon, hello, buddy. How's it going? It's been a little while. Hope you're keeping well. Right, so this is the only problem, that Antonelli can't overtake, and it's just going to open the door to Max Verstappen, isn't it? Yeah, so I don't really know what we can do here. Yeah, we might have to.
Do your best.
We might have to
Stroll straight
allow
behind.
Antonelli to do a little bit of a hold up to Max, just so we can get away at the DRS. And then Antonelli can try and do the same, I'm thinking here.
You are doing a very good job there. Try to slow down a bit.
Yeah, I don't think we're quite going to get out of this DRS though, are we? Everyone is still in the DRS as well, aren't they? What's Max's tyres? They're down at 80%, so is Antonelli. Pit loss. What's the pit loss today? Pit loss is 24 seconds, so currently we'll be dead last. Usually we're taking away the identification again. You look better than I have for this account. Alright, I wonder why you switch accounts now and then. Yeah, see, this is the problem. It's just opening the door to Max Verstappen. Right, can Charles just try to break away at this part of the track, though? Probably not, because Max has got past. Okay. Let's just push on with Leclerc a bit. I think this is going to be difficult. Riley, yes, I'm doing very well. How are you, buddy? Majesty, thanks for the follow. Albon's down at 64%. Surely he's going for a 3-stopper here today as well. But there we go, the battery's gone, so that's just not really working for Charles there, is it?
Copy that.
When did you get Leclerc? This was after the end of 2027, you viewed. Franco, we were thinking about replacing him anyway, but Franco signed a contract with Mercedes, so we've gone for Charles Leclerc this year. And look at this, we're in a Maserati Red Bull here. And this could be about 4 wide by the end of it, but no, it looks like Charles Leclerc might go from first to last. We're going to have to allow Antonelli to fight him, because that's just not working at all there. Just basically had to put the handbrake on near enough there, did Kimi. Mate, thanks for the follow. Rafinho, thanks for the follow. I'm good, thanks. What do the standards look like as I last watched at Imola? Imola was the last race, Riley, so this is the following race from that. We can have a look at some live standings, though. So if the race finished as we are now, Max Verstappen would now lead the championship. Kimi Antonelli will be 7 points back. And Constructors, Red Bull will be extending their gap. Who do you cheer for F1 Brazil? My team is McLaren, so even McLaren driver. I'm a team supporter rather than a driver supporter. Although I think, in my hearts of hearts, I would probably want Oscar Piastri to win the championship over Lando, but I'd be happy with either. And I think it's probably swinging towards Lando now. Lando has the momentum and the confidence at the moment. K-Mag still at Racing Bulls. Yeah, he had a fantastic end to the season as well at Racing Bulls, K-Mag, but they've dropped off again here in 2028. Here we go then into T1 again. Leclerc, Max and Antonelli. 3 wide there, and Max this time goes from first to third. But the top 4, and then the 2 dominant teams, it seems, early on in 2028 here, are starting to pull away. But as I say, I'm leaving our 2 drivers free to fight now. And this is all going to come down to whether the 3-stopper or the 2-stopper is going to work best today. Lawson, I would suggest, probably is going to 3-stop as well. I think Norris coming back, and Oscar Eva is cool. Yeah, exactly. As a McLaren fan, I just don't want Max to win the championship because I want a McLaren championship. But, as I say, I'm not a Max fan, but if Max did win the championship, as Antonelli is going to take the lead of this race, it's Max. If Max did win this championship, it probably would be one of the best championships I've ever seen win. From there. But I think it will be Eva the McLaren still. And as I say, it just seems like Lando's got a bit of momentum, but Oscar can reset and just look at it as 4 races to go. If someone would have told him with 4 races to go, you'll be a point behind in the championship, I think he would take that. But here we go again. This kind of, if you haven't got the DRS, you're in real big problems here in turn 1. And this time it's Leclerc who had no DRS. Antonelli and Verstappen fighting for the race lead. Ozzo Art, thanks for the follow. This is F1 Manager. So the team you're looking at here is Maserati with Antonelli and Leclerc as our drivers. That's what a race in the turn left racing in America. So if you're dropping in, if you haven't already, do me a massive favour and spam that like button.
No problem, no problem. Leclerc behind. Right,
so lap 17, so another 7 laps, and Leclerc's going to make his first stop of the day. Leclerc is sending one. That was quite bold from there on his teammate. Max will be enjoying... Lawson actually is in the lead, sorry. So Max has dropped back to 4th. But now this time Lawson is going to be the driver with a disadvantage because he's got no DRS. Leclerc really struggling, there's no battery. And so much so that he nearly dropped out of the DRS there. Antonelli on the inside of Liam Lawson then, and he's going to move into the lead of this race. And it looks like it's going to be one of either Maserati or Red Bull taking this win today. And as I say, it's 3 seconds back to 5th place Stroll, so it looks like the top 4 are building a little bit of a buffer. How the mighty have fallen. Look at Ferrari falling off and Stroll driving well in F1. When was the last time we saw that? Yeah. I mean, the Ferrari falling off part rings true. The Stroll doing well part. I've not seen that for a good few years. Although I never thought Stroll was too bad in his Williams days.
Yeah, keep doing your best. Car behind the Leclerc.
Right, Lawson has moved back past Antonelli, but again, we're now going to get the DRS, and it's a very strong DRS here in Catalonia. And there we go, really nearly alongside. There's still about half this straight left to run. And Lawson's made his move, can't make another move as Verstappen's into P3, Leclerc P4. And again, momentarily, these guys have just broken the DRS to top 2. So yeah, we've got 2 Williams in the points here, an Aston Martin, 2 Ferraris. Yeah, Mercedes have just dropped off. Ocon's already pitting, that's very early. Lap 12 for Ocon, his softs have had enough. The Nodas are nearly had enough. So yeah, we're going to see quite a few pit stops here. Oh yeah, the pink Mercedes. Yes, Uvid. How can we forget that? It's always been pretty good in the rain, apart from obviously we've got upcoming this year, Brazil. Brazil last year wasn't too great, but he has had a few surprises in the rain as old Stroll. Alright, Leclerc has dropped off the battle here at the front. But Antonelli is having another go for the race lead then. And Max Verstappen is just lurking in the background, and Antonelli can't make the move. What's Lawson's tyres? Lawson's down to 52%, so Lawson's going to have to stop very early. Perez won his first race in the pink Mercedes. Yes, Perez was good. Good in that. He was good in the Force India, Perez, as well. It's never quite worked in the bigger teams for Perez, though, has it? McLaren never really got going. But I think actually Red Bull, in comparison to what they've had since, he's probably did a pretty good job in hindsight in Red Bull. Did Checo. Right, Antonelli, DRS then, on Liam Lawson. Nothing doing again there. Both Red Bulls are probably going to stop earlier than us. As we've got a yellow flag. Is that Teo Porcher? Not sure where that was actually. It was Franco Colapinto. He's ran wide there.
Right, let's have a look here.
Our old driver left the team to join Mercedes.
Too wide at that point.
And having a bit of a mare there. Wonder if he got some floor damage there. No, he's got away with that. Here we go again then. This time we're a lot closer. Max is not going to find room out there, is he? But he might be just following us through on his teammate, which he is. Then he looks to dive on the inside. Lawson fights him back, though. And the 2 Red Bulls are side by side as Antonelli takes the lead of the race again. But Verstappen does get P2. Julia Jordan, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. But yes, I'm very much looking forward to Brazil this weekend as Max Verstappen on the inside of Antonelli. And Max Verstappen now leads this race. When I last looked, there looked to be some wet weather again at Brazil, but that's no surprise. We always seem to get wet weather in Brazil.
Focus on your race now.
As again, I don't know if it's just because I'm getting nervous as a McLaren fan, but I've got a feeling that Max is going to do the business in Brazil this weekend, but hopefully I'm wrong on that. But of course, let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen in Brazil, what your top 3 will be.
Tires update.
And we nearly lost the DRS there to Verstappen. He started to push. It's down at 49%. We will just push those tyres a little bit, get back at him.
Try to slow down a bit.
Right, Leclerc's got 2 laps, then he needs to come in, so...
All the time you have to leave a space.
Let's push the tyres. Gluden, thanks for the follow on Twitch, much appreciated. This is live now, but it's F1 Manager 24. McLaren, I think that was an knee-jerk move to replace Hamilton, but it should have come back from that. For Perez, was not too bad for his first season with Red Bull. It's not amazing. Yeah, he's kind of had a bit of an up and down career, Perez, but he seems to shine when he's not in a top team. I remember back in the Force India, he just seemed to nurse his tyres so well in so many races and have great
All the
results
time
there.
you have to leave a space.
And Gamerboy, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Super appreciated. Alright, so Max is just bolted away here. I haven't really got the tyre life to respond to that.
Catch up.
Max has used a lot of that.
Okay, you can slow down a bit now.
I'm fine with that. This is on standard.
Copy.
So I'm fine with Max doing that. They're going to struggle for tyres towards the end of this race, these Red Bulls, if they carry on like this. Hey, Kelly, it's Riley from TikTok. Who do you think will win?
Focus on our race. Next car behind will be Leclerc.
Hi, Riley. Thanks for jumping over. Who do I think will win here? I don't know, to be honest with you. At the moment, out of our 2 drivers, looks like Antonelli's having the better race than Leclerc. Max, I'm going to go with either Max or Antonelli here today, but Max has used 8% more tyre life. So unless he starts to nurse these tyres, those Red Bulls are going to be really hurting towards the end of this race. But Leclerc, let us get him in next lap. And just a reminder of our strategy, Leclerc is on a 3-stopper, Antonelli on a 2-stopper. So as I say, that's why it's not working too well for Leclerc, because he's got to stop one more time than Antonelli, and he's 3.5 seconds down the road from him at the moment. So, gotta hope he's going to have some blistering pace when he now stops. Who's actually stopped? Just Ocon and Tsunoda. What was it? 26 seconds is the pit loss. So at the moment, yeah, we'd come out in 20th, about 4 seconds behind Colapinto. But in the next couple of laps, there are going to be quite a few pit stops, to be fair. Antonelli right on Lawson again. So Verstappen down to 39%. Delano, thanks for the follow. Is this happening now? It is, but it's not Formula 1. It's F1 Manager 24. And if you're jumping in the stream, please do me a massive favour and like the stream if you can. And if you don't already, do follow or subscribe. Teresa, thanks for the follow. Super appreciated. Right, so we're going to stop with Leclerc at the end of this lap, I believe it is. Yeah, lap 17. So this will be our first stop of the day. First of 3 stops for Charles. And Lawson's down to 39%. Will either Red Bull come in here? That wouldn't be great for Leclerc's strategy, to be fair. Let's have a look. Max might well be coming in. No, he stays out. As does Lawson. Right, here comes Leclerc then. Now it's over to the pit crew. The boys and girls down at Maserati, and hopefully we'll have a nice clean stop here. And we're first in the pit lane because we are the reigning Constructors champions. We haven't won a Drivers' Championship yet, though. 2.1. That is very nice indeed. So, I think we're going to be around Magnussen, Colapinto, somewhere there.
In front is Verstappen.
No, it looks like Colapinto will be clear, so that's actually better for us because that gives us a nice clean gap. As long as Maloney doesn't get us hit, which he shouldn't, that's actually worked perfectly. Yeah, Maloney will be too far back. Leclerc's at the end of the pit lane. That's absolutely perfect because now Leclerc's got clean air and he is 6 seconds off Colapinto, but these guys will pit by the time he gets there, I think. So that has worked out perfectly for Charles. And Antonelli, who is back past Lawson, trying to chase down Max. Say we are trying to get to lap 24. I don't quite think we're going to get to lap 24 here. Are the Red Bulls going to come in now?
You're doing a good job there.
Yes, Max Verstappen is into the pits then.
Tires are on target.
So Antonelli may well lose position to Lawson here. I think he will. I just want to see this Red Bull stop. He's going onto the hard tyres. Good clean stop as Lawson does move past Antonelli. I don't particularly like the hard tyres, but I'm sure if anyone can make them work, it would be Max Verstappen. And oh, look how many are into the pits here.
Okay,
so this is what I mean for Leclerc. This is going to work out perfectly.
Behind you there is Stroll.
He's not going to challenge Verstappen though. There's Verstappen, but Leclerc is jumping up the order there, up to P12. 5 seconds of clean air still, and these will all be coming in shortly as well. So, yeah, that stop couldn't have worked better really for Charles. But he is still, what, 5 seconds off Verstappen if he wants to try and win this race. Wasn't someone before Leclerc on your team? Yeah, it's Franco Colapinto last year, but he's moved to Mercedes. So now we have Charles Leclerc and Kimi Antonelli. Salvo, thanks for the follow. Alondra, thanks for the follow. OPJ, I'm currently playing F1 2015 on Steam because it's only 3 games, but I put F1 2021 mod and it only changes the names. Good stuff, OPJ.
Do your best, man.
Right, Antonelli then. DRS, we are trying to get to lap, as I say, 24. I don't think we'll quite make that as Stroll is into the pits now. Antonelli going for the overtake on Lawson. And Lawson's tyres really struggling now. And can we just use a bit of battery to try and just break the DRS? And if we jump back to Leclerc, he should be moving up another 3 positions here. Magnussen has stayed out. He's down to 27%. That's an odd choice, but there we go. And Leclerc is moving up into P9. I think most of the grid might be on a free stopper. Although those hard runners like Verstappen might be trying a 2-stopper now. Christian Horner broke him like everyone else who raced in second seat at Red Bull. Yeah, fair comment. Yeah, it looks like Isaac Hadjar's nailed on now for that second seat at Red Bull, but yeah, no one seems to do too well once they get that second seat. Anthony's not broken the DRS. Is Lawson gonna hit? Leclerc is nearly behind Magnussen now. Magnussen's staying out. His tyre's absolutely shot to bits. We will have DRS here though. We're a long way back. Can we send it though? We'll have a much better tyre. Yes, we can, Charles. That was brave, and he's lost no time. Lawson does jump into the pits, as does Sainz and Norris. Antonelli, as I say, to make this strategy work, we kind of need to keep going. But I think, in truth, we are going to have to pit this lap with Kimi. So Leclerc should be up to P5 here. Will he get Lawson actually? Forgot that he'd be fighting Lawson, and he's side by side with Lawson, but no, he kind of pulled it out of that actually, Charles. But he's a lot closer to Lawson than what he was, of course. But Lawson on fresher tyres, so whether we can stay with him. Lucio, thanks for the follow, super appreciated. Where's Raikkonen? He's long gone. Yeah, I think the new team principal will give Yuki time, and he already has more than Christian Horner would have. Yeah. Yeah, I read today that he was... Helmut apparently wants Hadjar, but Murky's... Is it Murky's? Forget his name, our team principal. He wants to hold on to Yuki apparently, so see how that one pans out. Antonelli in then for his first stop of the day, first of 2 stops, but he may well be losing out to both Lawson and his teammate Leclerc. But Piastri is actually holding them up here a little bit. So that might help Antonelli. This is going to be very close. As Leclerc has DRS, and that might open up for him on the outside. There's his teammate. Lawson's going to get cut off there. And Leclerc, this is what happened last time. Yeah, he just kind of pulls out. That's obviously a little bit of a glitch in the game there. But Antonelli has just cleared his teammate.
In front of you, there is Gasly.
And by doing so, he clears Liam Lawson as well. But Max Verstappen has a 5.5 second lead after all that. So looking good for Max here.
Okay, more push, more push.
Yeah, that first stint has worked out pretty well for Max Verstappen, I'd say. Only a third of the way through this one, though. And as I say, he's on the hard tyre. Depends how far he's trying to take them. Oh, and Leclerc hold again on the inside, fighting his teammate. Yeah. And these two are going to be side by side through here. But Leclerc has to just concede. What ratings are Kimi and Charles? I think Charles 89 and Kimi is 86, but a lot of Kimi's individual stats are higher than Charles, if that makes sense. It's just a couple of Charles are much higher than Kimi's. And here we go. Right, we've gone to the inside. Now we're tuking to the outside. And Leclerc moves into P3. Well, let's just have a look at our next stop. So Leclerc's lap 34. Antonelli is lap 46. So quite a margin, quite a difference there. Probably imagine we could probably go a little bit more aggressive with Leclerc. He probably needs to make this strategy work. Alfredo, thanks for the follow. And say, if you don't already, please do follow or subscribe and spam that like button. Super appreciated.
All good on tires at the moment.
This is F1 Manager 24, our Maserati series, and we are in 2028. That's why you've got a bit of an upside down grid. And Leclerc is moving past Pierre Gasly, who is still out. He's not stopped yet. Is he the only one not to stop yet? Because he started on the hards. So Leclerc moves into P2, and he's on his way now. Vamos Max, who is Gaz? That'll be Pierre Gasly. And we get DRS, which helps us. But Antonelli, look at the toe. Even though we've got DRS, the toe and the slipstream. This is 2028, so no Lewis, unfortunately. Lewis Hamilton doesn't exist in this universe. Sad times, I know.
Yeah, I got you.
Sorend, hello buddy, how's it going? I'm very well, hope you're doing well. Yeah, you can just see how hard it is to break the DRS round here. Where did Max start? Max started on pole, Antonelli P2, Leclerc P3. We're trying a free stopper with Leclerc, two stopper with Antonelli. So Verstappen's on the hards currently, but he's doing a good job out there. Antonelli is going to send it on his teammate. So Antonelli now into P2, Leclerc back to P3. Good. The game is F1 Manager 24. What's Lawson? Lawson's on the medium. 89%.
Okay.
As Antonelli sets a fast lap of the race. So Max is now 4. So we have closed in a little bit of Max. Did we have a race last Friday on Halloween? We didn't, because I had a bit of the man flu. I wasn't too ill, but I was a bit sniffly, so it wasn't the greatest sound I would have put out on the old comms, so I thought I'd skip Friday. Is it modded to get Audi? Yes, it is modded to get Audi indeed. You can only mod, of course, if you're on PC, unfortunately. Yes, I'm better. Sorry, it doesn't say I wasn't too ill with it. It's just more of how I was sounding, sniffling and blocked up. Wouldn't have been the greatest. All right, where are we at then with this? So, yeah, when Leclerc next stops, he'll have he'll still go down the order quite a bit. Although Ocon, some of these, Ocon's already getting close to his second stop. I'm a little bit sick today. Sorry to hear that, buddy. Yeah, it seems to be a lot of it going about. I think it's because the weather is sort of changing. Well, especially where I am anyway. Is this a real... It's not a real race. It's F1 Manager 24 as Antonelli's moving back past his teammate. Liam Lawson's going to have a little bit of a sniff on Leclerc as well because Leclerc has no DRS to defend himself with. Can he fend off the Kiwi? Yes, he can. Can he? No. Still open. That door is still ajar. And these two fighting all the way down to the next right-hander then. Still side by side. But Lawson does move ahead. I tell you a construction joke, but I'm still working on it. It's all in the delivery. Right, so... I guess Leclerc's kind of worked that he's stayed with these or got closer. But he needs to stay in the fight, does Leclerc, because he dropped off last time and he's about to do the same here if he's not careful, as Lawson has moved past Antonelli.
Keep focus on our
Late, the game name is F1 Manager 24. Lucas Leclerc is driving for our team, which is Maserati. Alright, Leclerc does retain the DRS. Lawson sets the fastest lap of the race. They're within 3 seconds of Max now, so they are gaining on Max. UV1 final check, Caliphate, I'm going to play Fallout 4, catch you next stream, no worries buddy. I asked the librarian if they had any books on paranoia. She whispered, they're right behind you. Oh dear. That's not too bad, that one, to be fair. That's a good one to close on, UV'd. I like it. Yeah, Leclerc's just lost the DRS. This is what happened on the first stint, so it's crucial that he tries to stay with these guys. Say, they are chasing down Max here. Yeah, they are chasing down Verstappen at the moment. But he can't quite get there, can he, Leclerc? So Leclerc is going to start to lose out here.
You're doing a good job. In front of his Verstappen.
And P2 with Lotus in Season 4. Great stuff. That was our first series that we did, a Lotus Team Lotus series. And as a little plug, if you're not already, do head to my profile in the bio. You'll find our YouTube channel. You can subscribe over there and you'll find the full YouTube playlist.
Next car behind will be Leclerc.
Diego, thanks for the follow. Hamilton is not here because we are in 2028.
Good, level of management on tires.
Tyre Life. See you later, UV. Tyre Life, Max at 76%, Antonelli 77, Lawson 77, and Leclerc 59 on his softs.
Copy that.
Within 3 seconds of Max now. Stroll looks like he might have picked up some floor damage there. As Piastri set the fastest lap of the race.
Tires update.
Tires are good.
Lawson again having another go. Nothing doing there. Right, so we're getting closer to Leclerc's stop. It's lap 34, so we're about 5 laps away. He's 1.5 off these guys, so he's not too far off them. But his tyre life is starting to drop.
Copy.
Yellow, thanks for the follow. This is not real. This is F1 Manager 24.
Copy.
Keep focus on your
Max
race.
still got that sort of 3-second gap. I wonder if Max is on a 2-stopper though. I think he probably is being on the hards. And maybe Lawson has converted to a 2-stopper or always on a 2-stopper. Although it's looking like a 3-stopper. But Leclerc definitely set on a 3-stopper. As Ocon is the only one making his 2nd stop. So Leclerc at the moment would come out around Piastri when he stops. So we'll have to wait and see on this. What season is this? This is 2028. Isabel, thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Again, Antonelli sending one up the inside. And he moves back to P2. So Antonelli's not due to stop until lap 46.
So you are doing well there.
Leclerc, as I say, lap 34. So we're about 4 laps away from Leclerc's 2nd of 3 stops today. But again, he seems to just drop off in this phase again. So he's going to have to do some gaining. But obviously, as Lawson moves ahead of Antonelli, when Leclerc is quicker is when he's just stopped.
No problem, no problem.
And then these guys, once they come out, that's when Leclerc's tyres are starting to go off again. But lap 50, the final stint is going to be very close between them. So it will sort of even its way out. So I don't really know if Leclerc's strategy is working or not at the moment. We'll know by the time we get to that final stint. But being Spain, a lot of drivers can struggle with tyre life at the end of this one, so stay with us. It could get a little bit spicy at the end. And Lawson is way out wide there. What happened there?
Good job.
Well, Antonelli has passed Lawson, but Lawson, I don't know if he's just... I don't know if he's just pushed wide and took an age to rejoin the track, but that was odd. Yeah, he just drifted out, and then I think he's trying to avoid the gravel, but then very slow getting back on.
Let's go.
Yeah, he should have got on the track a little bit quicker. Not that we're complaining, because it's released Antonelli, and it's put Leclerc right on the gearbox of Liam Lawson here.
Okay.
And here comes Leclerc then. This should be easy work. I don't think we'll be able to pull away from Lawson because Lawson's got better tyre life, but
I'm gonna start to drop a little bit.
Lawson fighting it. But Leclerc is going to squeeze in and then Lawson's on the curb again. It's all getting a bit rough out there for Liam Lawson.
We are first.
And Leclerc's confident. He's feeling fast out there, but he's going to have to find a little bit more pace to make this work today. A couple more laps and he's going to be in and he'll have some fresh rubber, and that's when we're going to have to see his pace. Who's winning? Max Verstappen is leading. Pointer, thanks for the follow. Yuki 20th, yes indeed. I finished the first season of the series at the weekend. I'm proud that I can confirm Maloney's points were the first points for Haas in the series. Our legend, our boy from season 1 who beat Franco a little bit. Great stuff, Soren. That's great to know then. So yeah, Maloney scored points for Haas this season. I believe it was in Monza, wasn't it? Yeah, so race 2, Maloney got a point for Haas, and that is the first ever point Haas has scored in this series. So year 4, and Maloney's got Haas's first points. Right, Lawson moves back past Leclerc, but he'll be helped again by picking up this DRS. And we're going to go around the outside this time of Lawson. Can we make it stick? Lawson can be a little bit tighter and later on those brakes there, of course, because he's got pressure rubber. And that's the case, so he holds on to P3. But Leclerc is going to be in next lap, so let's get that set up. And we may as well start attacking a little bit on that. Anthony's got a bit of extra fuel we can burn off.
Yeah, copy, pick confirm.
So I think as it stands, Max would lead the Drivers' Championship after today. He would by 4 points. So Kimi Antonelli got work to do there. And Red Bull will extend the lead in the Constructors. So it's a good day for Max Verstappen and Red Bull at the moment. Not so much for us. But Leclerc coming back at Lawson. That's probably not the best place to get him because he's going to give him the DRS on the start-finish straight. But we are pushing for our in-lap now. Well, not quite now, but when we start this next lap, it will be our in-lap and our second stop of 3 today. Andrea, thanks for the follow. It's like Red Bull first Mercedes, just Red Bull first Maserati in 2028. Yes, indeed. So yeah, expect Lawson to come back at us here. And Lawson, is he going to make this move stick? It's helped Antonelli. Antonelli's put 5 seconds on Lawson, so that's going to be a struggle. If Lawson's now on a 2-stopper, same strategy as Antonelli, that's going to be a struggle to get back at him now. It's all about whether Leclerc's free stopper is going to work or not today. But he's now nearly 10 seconds behind Verstappen, so to win this race would be a bit of a long shot, but we'll wait and see. As I say, once he's now on this fresh rubber, he's going to be flying, or Leclerc should be flying. He hasn't got the advantage of clean air this time round, though, as Leclerc. As Lawson, if he gets the DRS, should be moving straight past us here. As the pit loss, 26 seconds. So it's about 36. So we're going to be around Albon and Gasly here, I think. My very quick predictions are correct there. We'll wait and see, though, but I think we're going to be around Gasly and Albon, someone around there. So we're going to drop quite far down this grid. You can overtake here, but of course we get stuck in DRS trains where there is one from Sainz, and we will get stuck in that. So that's the only problem. Hopefully a nice clean stop. Oh, sticky right rear. It's not catastrophic. It's 4 seconds, about 2 seconds too slow. I mean, we have had 11 second stops before, so at least it's not as bad as that.
That's not a good stop.
But look at this. We might have avoided this. We might still avoid it. We really do need to avoid it. There's Piastri. And we do. Oh, that was lucky. We're further ahead than we thought, but that's lucky that we didn't get caught out there. That longer stop nearly put us in an almighty DRS train. We've got away with it. And now Leclerc can push on down the road, and we'll use a bit of fuel, use a little bit of battery just to get him going. Antonelli not due to stop now till lap 46. Leclerc lap 50. Now what's Piastri's tyre life? 57%. We should be able to pull away from him, really. And we'll just forward on because we've not got much action there to show.
Yeah, copy.
Has Leclerc broken that? Yeah, he's broken the DRS to Piastri. So, right, let's just forward on, get Leclerc up to Sainz. Unfortunately, Sainz is right behind Behrman, so he will have DRS. So Leclerc, is he on aggressive? He is here. He's going to have to find an aggressive move somewhere here, Charles. It's always the case when there's 2 drivers fighting. The DRS is difficult, but if we get one of them, we should get both. Someone's had a spin. We're going to go around the outside. It's a long way around there. We can't make it work. Sonoda's had a spin.
Here we go.
Sonoda in the Audi.
Whoa, and there it goes.
And
There'll
yeah,
be words had after this, I'm sure.
not ideal. But this is what can wreck your race. Traffic. Yeah, Charles needs to get at least one of these here. Don't pull out of the slipstream, Charles. Oh, Leclerc. Oh, this is going to kill it. This is going to kill our race. He had to get past one of these quickly, and he hasn't. Can he send one down the inside here? He's going to go around the outside. That's nice, but I don't think he can make it stick. What about dropping down the inside here? He is trying, Charles. Can't make it work, though. That Aston is getting good traction out there. We're going to have to try and use some battery. We need to get this move done. And we have got past the Aston of Carlos Sainz. And as I say, it should be easing pickings on Ollie Behrman now. And there we are. We're going to get through on Ollie Behrman then.
Yes.
Right. That took a lap longer than we wanted to, though. Alright, and if you're jumping in for the first time, we do watch most of the track action. I think we've watched near enough all the track action so far today. But we've got some clean air here. Till lap 46 until Leclerc gets to Mick Schumacher. So let's just forward on a bit until Leclerc reaches Mick. Antonelli's 6 seconds off the lead, but he's got 6 seconds to Lawson. Now this is quite nasty. It's another DRS train, isn't it? Perez, Stroll and Mick Schumacher. So again, that's not ideal for Leclerc that he's now approaching. When are they going to come in? Not anytime necessarily soon. Right, here we go again. This time it's a free car DRS, or two in the DRS, but free car battle. Can we be brave and just send one? That's a long way back. That's a long way back. Oh, Charles, you do come with surprises. We've not got much battery. That's the only problem. So he's got to rely on traction alone, really, out of here. And Mick is fighting it hard. And as I say, we've not got the battery. Got to stay ahead of him if we can. Battery is gone, though. And we didn't get DRS. No! I thought we had DRS. We didn't. Oh, this has got to be an aggressive defense. It was. We covered the inside very aggressively, this Charles. So at least he did that. And I think someone's got out of this DRS, did they? No, it wasn't Perez, his teammate Russell, but... a PSG Bayern prediction. Ooh. I'm going to go 3-1 Bayern. Is this the actual race or not? This is not. This is F1 Manager 24. Barimop, thanks for the follow. And if you don't already, do follow or subscribe and do me a massive favour and spam that like button. Alright, so Leclerc lap 50, Antonelli lap 46. So Antonelli's not too far away from that. It looks like Max has got this win sewn up though, isn't it? 8 seconds. Oscar, Max, or Lando for title, no bias. Gun to the head, then I would say it's Lando Norris that's going to win the title.
Okay.
Right, that's nice. Perez gets out of the way, so that will release us onto the DRS, but Stroll got DRS off Perez. Just frustrating, but we're getting a lovely slipstream, so it might not matter. As we're going to move to the inside, hopefully Leclerc will be moving into P4, and then it will be clean air, because the only other three ahead of him are the three that he was fighting early on in this race. But he's on a net pit stop with them now, and he's 17 seconds behind them. So that's a lot of work for him to do. I really want to see Oscar win, but it's Prob Lando. Yeah, as I say, I'm a McLaren fan, so as long as the McLaren driver wins it, then I'll be happy. But if I had to, if you really asked me to pick one of the McLaren drivers, I'd probably do favour slightly Oscar in terms of my personal preference. Probably Oscar over Lando, ever so slightly. But yeah, I just think Lando's got the momentum, starting to drive the best he has driven all season, and it's coming at the right time. But as I say, the best thing that Mark Webber and Oscar Piastri's team can say around him is, look, if you came into this season with 4 races left, and is there a couple of sprints as part of those? If you came into it with 4 races left and you're only a point behind the Drivers' Championship, would you take it? Yes. Right, well, let's forget everything that's gone on so far, everything recently. Let's reset and just push like crazy for these last 4 races. So, going to be interesting, especially if Brazil has some wet weather. Could be a mad one. Sorry, 4 races, 2 sprints. Yeah, I think there's 2 sprints. Could be, there's definitely, this weekend's a sprint. And I'm sure one of the last 3 is a sprint. Unless I'm wrong on that. I think it's 4 races left, 2 being sprints, Brazil and 1 ever. Is Qatar a sprint? One of them's a sprint, I'm sure it is. Qatar sprint, yeah, Falcona, yeah. So Qatar, yeah. So Brazil this weekend and then Qatar. And obviously the juicy thing is after Brazil, we've got a 2-week wait, but then the last 3 races is a triple header.
Okay, fine.
Right, Verstappen is in. Verstappen is in then. And this will be his final stop of the day. Funny as hell if Max won. Gamer Boy Brazil and Qatar, yes. The Man U fan with his long hair, yes. Well, we did win 3 in a row, but we drew against Forest. He was close to that haircut. Poor chap. So Verstappen is out now, and I think he's on his way to winning this race, unfortunately. He's on mediums now. Antonelli is not going to make it there, is he? So he's going to have to pit now as well.
Box is lap.
Box.
Yeah, so we'll get Antonelli in. We'll just cover him off from any undercuts from Lawson. .1, that's a better stop. Leclerc's stop was slightly slow. But I think Leclerc will be past his teammate this time, won't he? But yeah, I don't quite think the free stopper is going to work for Leclerc. Unless he's going to be almighty fast on the final stint. But there goes Leclerc. There is Antonelli. Call me crazy, but I find F1 Manager more fun than F1 25 itself. Yeah, I haven't played F1 25, but I switched over to the F1 Manager games a couple of years ago. I enjoy it.
Stroll behind.
United Strand Barber must be going mental. Yeah, he's out of business. Oh no, he's not. Not for one haircut, but he's definitely lost at least 20 quid or whatever it is a month. Lawson tyre life is 40%. We're going to have to go standard now with Anthony.
Slow down a bit.
He won't get those to the end.
Copy.
I believe in Max, but Lando was pretty surprising cold on the Mexican weekend, so Lando first, Max second, Oscar third. Yeah, as I say, the only thing with Max is he's got to be perfect, and that's difficult, isn't it? So, yeah, I still think it's going to be one of the McLaren boys. Sim racing and fun, but the feeling of managing a team and leading at glory is incredible indeed. Including the fact the game is very well made. Yeah, this is the best iteration. It's a shame they're not doing any future ones, though, because I think they could have continued to develop pretty well, but they obviously need people to buy and play the game, which wasn't really the case, unfortunately, but I think it's a nice little game. Why did they stop it? I think it's just purely sales and not enough people buying it and playing it, unfortunately. It's funny because a lot of people drop into this stream and have no idea what this game is, so I think it's just awareness of it was very poor as well. I think if more people knew about it, they probably would have played it. I think the game itself isn't bad. But it's like Football Manager, you know, everyone kind of knows that series. Most people do, but not a lot of people knew about F1 Manager. And the first couple of years, the game was very buggy, and so I think they lost a lot of the audience with that. But right, Leclerc, we're going to lap 50. Anthony's going to the end, and we're just waiting for Lawson to stop here. So not much track action, chat. But whilst we forward on, as I always say, do me a massive favour, spam that like button. And if you don't already, do follow or subscribe. I think Leclerc's probably nailed on for P4. I don't think this free stopper is quite going to work for him, because when he pits, he's going to be about... Oh, we've got a crash. Was that a safety car? No. Oscar Piastri. This isn't going to be a great angle by the looks of it. That's an Aston Martin. And yeah, it's not going to be a... Safety car would be perfect for Charles Leclerc, of course. Lawson into the pits, by the way. So he gives up the race lead. How far behind is he going to be of Antonelli? Got a tyre advantage now, but I think he's going to be too far back. Doe Fishing, hello, was looking for F1 videos and found this. Good stuff. Good to have you in, buddy. Hope you're well. These crashes involving multiple cars are not crashes, no. Right, so Lawson is 7.5 seconds behind. He is on soft, so I have to watch his pace. Leclerc is a couple of laps away from coming in, making his final stop.
Copy.
But as I say, I don't quite think the strategy is going to work out for him. Probably got to do some overtaking on this final stint as well, on Norris and Perez. By the looks of it. Right, let's get him in then. Final stop of the day then. And hopefully this is a better stop. 4 seconds. Leclerc last one. There was a sticky right rear. Now it's a sticky left rear. Not quite 4 seconds, but 3.6. They're not favouring Leclerc today, are they, in the garage? And as I say, we might be behind
Now,
Lando
down to the
Norris
pits.
here.
There's been a hold-up.
Which we are going to be behind Norris. Will we be behind Perez as well? That's a couple of overtakes we might need to make here. Should be ahead of Perez though. And Leclerc is back underway then. We'll just use a bit of battery and fuel. Antonelli, yeah, he's on the... Max has dominated this race, let's be honest. Yeah, we've got to do some work to this car again then in 2028. If not, it's going to work out the same as 2027, where we've got a good chance the Constructors, although it looks like Red Bull will be leading that again after today's race. Max is just on a dominant spell at the moment.
No lift off anymore.
I'm on season 3 in Creative Team Season. Took my team to glory, and Red Bull was the worst, so I'm a Red Bull manager by sign as if driver's gone. Depends what you want to do, I guess, at Red Bull. You could go for some of their junior drivers, like an Arvid Lindblad. But again, it depends if you want someone who's ready now to do the business. Or you could pair an experienced driver with a young driver. What about Carlos Sainz? Bring him back to the Red Bull family and Arvid Lindblad to work alongside him. Pushing fuel for me does nothing. No. Yeah, I think it's negligible, really. Doesn't make too much of a difference. But 15 laps to go then. And I think, chat, there's not going to be too much to be seen by the end of this. Lawson is gaining on Antonelli, but I think his tyres will start to go off. Just got to hope that maybe some of these run out of tyre life towards the end and there's some excitement. But at the moment, there's not going to be too much going on. Leclerc, we've got to get up to Norris and get past just to secure P4, which we should be in the process of doing now. A lot of changes going on down here. Colapinto currently in the points, was in the points. Sainz is now in the points. Right, Leclerc needs to get back to P4 at least. Then he's got 15 seconds to Lawson. That's probably going to be too much, really. There we go, DRS open on Lando Norris, sending it. And we're through, and Lando's pushed out. Why, that's nicely done. Did that on purpose, didn't you, Charles? So he lost the DRS. I like the thinking. And there we go. Charles moves up into P4 then. And Leclerc and Brian Bossi are happy about that. Yellow flag, of course. We've had no safety cars, virtuals or red flags today. It's been very clean, apart from that little crash we had between Piastri and the Aston of... was it Gasly or Sainz? Might have been Sainz, actually. But 10 laps to go. And, yeah. Yeah, Ocon, Soren. You can always rely on Ocon to do something. Maloney, it's not going too well for him either, but he has scored a point this season. He can rely on that all year round for Haas. I am tempted, if we win the Drivers' Championship this year, to take over Haas. As I say, they've had a point in 4 years this far, so that might be a good little team to take on for 2029. But we do need to win a Drivers' Championship, and that's going to be still a pretty hard task. I've just realised Antonelli. Fuel is awful, so let's get that back in check. Piastri's got a puncture. Well, he's obviously tried to make his tyres last. Has he... Oh, I was going to say, is he retired? No. There he is. Oscar Piastri. So, some people are struggling on tyres, but unfortunately it doesn't look like these leaders are really going to struggle, are they? So I think the top 4 is going to be as they are. Is anyone else going to run out of tyre life? No. To be fair, the tyre deck today hasn't been as bad as it normally is in Spain. How far can one sim go on this game? Good question. I don't know if there is a limit. I don't know if there is a limit, to be fair. Is that Piastri who's just stopped? He's now out behind Leclerc. Yeah, he hasn't got a puncture anymore, but the game's bugged out and it's still giving him sparks. But I can assure you, he's not got a puncture at the moment. I'm just getting slightly worried Anthony's fuel, but I think that will come back in check. Yeah, it's coming down nicely now. Yeah, Leclerc could probably go aggressive here, but I don't think he's got enough time to catch Lawson. So 3 laps to go. And it looks like we've got Antonelli's fuel where we needed it. Yeah, I'll jump on some teams towards the end here, just see what fights we've got. We are getting closer to Lawson. We're just going to run out of time, though. We're just going to run out of time. Right, Max Verstappen is starting the final lap of the race. Where are the battles, then? We've got Russell and Norris, Mick Schumacher and Behrman, and Sainz and Gasly. So there's a few battles going on here on this final lap of the race.
One more lap to go. Copy.
Where's Max? Max is still in Sector 1, so we can enjoy some of these battles. First of which will be Russell. Can he have a go on Lando Norris? He is going to have a go on Lando Norris. These guys not on their final lap yet, of course. And Russell moves past Norris. Where is Max? Max is coming up to finish this race, but as I say, these guys not on the final lap yet. Norris has lost a lot of time there to Russell. Retains his DRS. Mick's lost a lot of time. They've all lost a lot of time, so I don't think we're going to see any overtakes just yet. We'll jump back on board with them, but Max Verstappen, the reigning world champion, the 5-time world champion in this universe, wins again, and he's going to lead the championship on his way, perhaps to a 6th title. Let's be honest, he has dominated here today. We didn't have an answer for it. Kimi Antonelli was on the 2-stopper, and that has proved to be the better strategy than the 3-stopper. Kimi Antonelli, once he got away from Lawson, was pretty comfortable on that, and Kimi Antonelli is going to finish P2, and Leclerc will come home in P3. Let's just jump back on board with these, though. Let's just see how this is going to end up. Lawson finishes P3, and as we say, Leclerc P4, just 6 seconds off Lawson in the end. But is Lando Norris going to finish 7th, or is it going to be 6th here as he moves to the inside of George Russell, and Lando Norris is into 7th place? What about Mick Schumacher on Behrman? Nothing doing. Sainz on Gasly? Nothing doing. So it looks like that's going to be it. Norris gets back to P6. So it's going to be Perez who's next across the line. Sergio Perez in the Ferrari. I think that's a good point scoring haul for Ferrari. They've struggled so far this season. Perez is going to be 5th. Norris is 6th. Russell 7th. Behrman 8th. Mick Schumacher right behind him 9th. And Gasly rounds out the points in the top 10.
This is a wonderful...
All right, there we have it then, chat. So this is the full classification. Max and Kimi finish where they start. Max from pole wins it. Kimi Antonelli from 2nd finishes 2nd. Lawson, though, up from 4th to 3rd. And Charles Leclerc drops from 5th to 3rd, sorry, for Lawson. And Charles drops from 3rd to 4th. 3-stopper, unfortunately, not working. Perez up 4 places to 5th. Lando Norris, great drive there, up 10 places to 6th. George Russell 7th. Ollie Behrman 8th. Mick Schumacher 9th. And Pierre Gasly, as I say, rounds out the top 10. What has that done on the Drivers' Championship then? It does mean Max Verstappen now leads the Drivers' Championship, but it's by just 4 points. But it's already starting to shape up to be a 2-horse race. because Leclerc is consistently being beaten by Kimi Antonelli in the races, as is Lawson by Verstappen. So work to do for Leclerc and Lawson. They need to beat their teammates, first of all, if they want to get involved in this Drivers' Championship. Lando's 5th. As I say, Ferrari, good points for them today. Russell's up to 6th. Behrman stays 7th. Perez has added 10 to his 8 points already, so he's up to 18, jumps up to 8th. Oscar Piastri 9th, Stroll is 10th. Rest of the point scorers: Gasly, Mick Schumacher, Franco Colapinto, and Zayn Maloney. Constructors, Red Bull led coming into it, and they extend the lead by 11 points, but it's very much looking like a two-horse race in this one. Red Bull 142 points, Maserati 125. McLaren stay 3rd on 42, but Ferrari, I said that as a good number of points there for them, and it is 16 points, nearly doubled what they had from the first 3, and they jump up to 4th. Williams are 5th, Aston Martin 6th, Audi 7th, RB get their first 2 points of the season, they're up to 8th, Mercedes 9th, Haas 10th, and Alpine yet to score. So every year so far, we've had one team, at least one team not score, which has been Haas. Alpine 0. Hopefully Alpine get a score point, and that'll mean all teams score in 2028. We're forgetting that Lando and George were also world champions, but Mercedes and McLaren were one-season wonders. Yeah, they haven't been able to maintain their level, have they? And the faster pit stops, we've fallen off on this from last year. We absolutely dominated this, and we had a couple of errors on Charles Leclerc's car today. We do get some points, though, and we are still in 3rd for that, so still a chance of that. It's not the major championship that we want to fight for, though, of course. We want to fight for the Drivers' and Constructors' Championships. There we go, couple of poor pit stops there for Charles Leclerc. Didn't help, really, his strategy, because, let's face it, actually, what did he... Yeah, wouldn't have made a difference, really, though, although it might have stopped traffic, I guess, on some of them, but he finished 6 seconds behind Lawson. That would have been 2 seconds, so 4... It would have been about 2.5 seconds behind Lawson. Might have given him some slipstream, so who knows? Better pit stops might have given him a better chance, but yeah, it's not quite working out the way we wanted to for Charles Leclerc so far this season. But let's wait and see how we go. But that does bring the Spanish Grand Prix to an end then. And yeah, as I say, things not quite working for Charles. We did try the freeze stopper, and maybe we do need to match the strategy with both drivers. I'm not trying to favour Kimi. It's just I'm trying to do different things. And yeah, the tyre deg in Spain has normally been very high, but it's actually quite reasonable today. So yeah, hasn't quite worked. But next time around, we're at Baku. Maybe that's the chance for Charles Leclerc to get one over Kimi. But both drivers essentially need to start beating Max Verstappen. If not, Max is on his way to winning a Drivers' Championship. And we need to win a Drivers' Championship to wrap up this series, of course. So that is what we plan to do. And the next step is to try to win the race in Baku. So that'll be the next one. And that'll be coming up very soon on this F1 Manager Maserati series. If you've dropped in for the first time today, we stream this every Tuesday and Friday. So do make sure to follow or subscribe. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can check out the Maserati playlist in full. All the episodes are there. And if you watched on TikTok or Twitch, do head to my profile and in the bio, click the YouTube link. Head over to YouTube, subscribe over there. And I say it's not just the live streams there. We have 2 episodes a week on this F1 Manager series, as well as plenty of other content that you can get stuck into. Bye, Soren. Thanks for dropping in. As always, buddy, much appreciated. Yeah, so do check that out. Of course, thanks for all the follows and subs today, all the messages, all the chat. Super appreciated. As always say, if you've just sat there in the background watching, that is also very much super appreciated. Before I go, do spam that like button. As always, last thing for me to say is have a good